Well, greetings there, pipe smokers. It is Padre Francesco back with a little pipe smoking video. Listening to a little Franz von Suppé in the background there. Just came back from the old Briar Patch pipe store. And they polished up my old Joby for me, which I really love. And what's interesting is that because of you guys out there on YouTube, talking to the world about your pipe tobaccos and pipes and all sorts of great pipe smoking ideas, I am trying for the very first time a pure Virginia flake tobacco. And I have to tell you that I am delighted by it. It's an interesting smoke. And for those of you who know what I'm talking about, I don't mean to be redundant, but if you were like I am, if you're like me, and I am, and have never heard of a flake tobacco before, it's kind of an interesting animal. It's different, obviously. And the flake tobacco that I bought this evening from the Briar Patch, interestingly enough, resembled beef jerky. It came in long strips. And the tobacconist there told me there were 3 different ways you can smoke it. Obviously in your pipe, but 3 different ways of loading the pipe. He said sometimes you just break it up into conventional pipe tobacco. Or you can roll it up into like little plugs and just tap it in there, which is what I did tonight. Or he said, which is the most intriguing, excuse me, is you can fold it in like an accordion, you know, over on itself, kind of a zigzag kind of a pattern, I guess, or an accordion pattern. And he said in the beginning it's hard to light that way. However, once you do that and you get it going, he said, and this is what he said, it hardly ever goes out, which is kind of nice. As far as the flavor goes, it's a very mild flavor. This is a pure Virginia flake tobacco. And I'm sitting here with my little Joby. You can see that there, hopefully. They polished it up for me, did a nice job. I always notice that when I smoke my Joby, unless I'm being very careful, it has a tendency to smoke kind of hot. So, again, learning the art of pipe smoking, you realize that you don't just keep puffing on the poor old thing. You got to give it a break. Let it breathe. Let it live. But normally, by now, usually this thing gets pretty hot. I'll be honest with you. But this is still smoking really cool and flavorful. So, for my first Virginia flake pipe tobacco, for my very first Virginia flake pipe tobacco smoking experience, I have to say it's delightful. It's a very, very nice smoking experience. Again, sweet, but not overly powerful or powering. Very simple, mellow pipe tobacco flavor. No tongue bite to report whatsoever. And so, I can thoroughly give this a real big thumbs up. So if you're wondering what a flake tobacco is, go to your local pipe store and asked the tobacconist fellow, or it could even be a gal these days, and ask them to introduce you to flake tobaccos. And this is just a pure Virginia, but they have, at the Briar Patch, they had at least 5 or 6 flake tobaccos. One of them even looked like spoon-sized shredded wheat, which was a very interesting tobacco. I have to say that I was probably a little bit, my old olfactory senses were on overload being there in the pipe store. Hadn't been there really in a pipe store to really enjoy just being there, other than the other day I went in there and I was, just kind of thought, oh, I'll just get some pipe tobacco. And I got some, and that was the end of it. But this other stuff looked like shredded wheat. Kind of an interesting looking flake tobacco. I almost got some, but I like this the best, I think. At the time when I first smelled the aroma of this, it seemed sweet, but not too exaggerated. So that's why I got this. Well, again, this has been Father Francis, the old pipe guy. The HolySmokeNPipePadre saying so long for now, and thanks for watching.
With tickets and information at From Sacramento State, this is Capital Public Radio, 91.7 KXSR Groveland, Sonora, 88.7 KXJS Sutter, and